Good
Thanks
to see
so much.
you, Ernie,
Appreciate it,
always.
okay?
Yes.
Always bringing smiles to our show.
Yes, we love it. And I can't wait to hear from Danny DeVito, too. It continues. You can.
All right, 9:30. Now over to meteorologist Stacy Ann Gooden. That always has us smiling.
Oh, yes. And
She's
Seinfeld,
great.
by the way, one of the best. Can't see one of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, so here's what's happening. Thanks, guys. All right, Ernie, great to see you. Satellite radar, dry conditions, winds now out of the north, and it'll continue to shift gears throughout the course of the day in anticipation of this storm system. That's going to bring along heavy downpours, strong gusty winds, could lead to downed trees, power outages and whatnot. The onset, some areas getting some snow showers. Remember, temperatures will be rising throughout the course of the overnight. This is what it looks like 11:30 tonight. Heavy downpours across the 5 boroughs into Queens and eventually Nassau. Check out how high it gets by 1:30. 52 degrees, and lower Hudson Valley getting the brunt of it at that point. Heavy downpours, Orange County, Rockland County, Westchester County, and toward southwestern Connecticut. Nowhere is exempt, by the way. It starts to wind down at around the 4 o'clock hour. Some lingering showers possible as we head into the 6, 7 o'clock hours. Eastern end of Long Island, the last to get it, as is usually the case. 1 to 2 inches of rain, locally higher amounts, gusting to near 50 to even 60 miles per hour, highest near the coast. And it looks like colder air will finally set in early next week, and we are keeping our eye on things. Tuesday night into Wednesday, we stand the chance of snow showers. With all that cold air, well, jury's out on that one. We'll keep a close watch on that and update you accordingly. Back over to you guys.
This weather report was presented by Rubenstein Law. Call 1-800-NY-LEGAL.
9th Annual Critics' Choice Awards.
Yeah, this is one of the few ceremonies to honor both film and television. And for the second year in a row, Chelsea Handler will.
All right, day 2 of the NFL playoffs kicking off on Sunday. No Bills and Steelers because of the weather in Buffalo, but we do get a matchup of classic teams.
Yes, the Packers and the Cowboys. The storyline in this one is Mike McCarthy, now the head coach of the Cowboys after winning a Super Bowl with Green Bay back in 2010. So let's jump right into it.
I went to bed and that one was 27-6. And I guess, boy, it must be cracking up John.
Yeah.
Right?
Was it the video?
I don't know.
The video.
Look at the Dallas fans' face.
Oh, okay. Ooh, man. It's
Listen,
a tough room in
hurt.
here.
It hurts.
Okay. All right. Let's get a check on our weather with weather and traffic.
Yeah. Alex Lee watching the roads. Meteorologist Stacy Ann Gooden watching the forecast. Speaking of, it hurts.
It hurts. Yes.
The chill, this cold.
Oh, you feel it down to the bone when you get outside. Yeah, that's for sure. I'm just letting you know to get that heavier winter coat. Grab the layers. Snow drought may come to an end. It looks like just in time tonight and tomorrow. Snow developing tonight into tomorrow. The coldest air of the season of the year so far on the way. And of course, more snow later on in the week. We're tracking it. So here a look at monthly temperature readings. Unseasonably chilly right now. But if you look at the month so far, we had a big surplus, 6 degrees above average. But here's what's going to happen. Jet stream this past weekend. It's allowed for that colder air to set in from the north. And that's really going to set up shop. Interestingly enough, that area of low pressure will be riding along that jet and supplying us, depending on how it sets up. I'll tell you what, we don't anticipate any blockbuster totals, but enough to slow you down, that's for sure, and cause for treacherous conditions. So wear layers of loose-fitting clothing. These are just extreme tips to get you through to help you brave the elements. Outdoor pipes can freeze. Water main breaks are common when things like this happen, so that's so important. You want to cover up those pipes and make sure things are safe. Use extreme caution with space heaters. You don't want to heat your home with the oven. Just letting you know that. And don't leave pets outside. And also make sure that their paws and everything are protected, because with the they put out to treat the roads can affect them as well. So here's a look at conditions right now. Temperatures are in the teens and 20s, 24 degrees New York City. Here a look at futurecast wind chills. This is important because this morning, 9 o'clock, 12 degrees, that's what it's going to feel like. 20 by this afternoon, and we'll be in the teens tomorrow morning. It's kind of like a rinse and repeat of how chilly these temperatures will get. 18, New York City, this is Tuesday afternoon. 37, Islip, which is a stark contrast. Milder air will allow for the transition to take shape from snow to rain. And then the coldest air of the season of the year so far expected on your Wednesday. Just take a look. A sub-zero is quite possible. Single digits, there you go. And we're anticipating these snow showers to get underway. Could be as early as around 10 o'clock, midnight or so. Should clear out by tomorrow morning or afternoon, I should say. It looks like it's going to be a pretty lengthy type situation. And despite the duration, we're not expecting anything more than like 1 to 3 inches. Isolated spots could see a little bit more. That's your Pix 11 weather forecast. We're going to send things over to Alex Lee with traffic.
Stacey Ann, thank you so much for all of that. And we have a crash. This is a live look at the Van Wyck southbound. This is right at 133rd Avenue. Multiple vehicles and lanes involved. So it is going to be a little bit coming down to and through the area. But past that point, you can see the delay is bunching up already. It opens up and you are okay. That's pretty much it. We're going to remind you about the overnight track work one last time. Clears in 10 minutes or so. But planned overnight track work, meaning delays and service changes for these 6 lines currently highlighted on your.
All right, welcome back. Monday sparking a round of NFL wildcard matchups here. The Buccaneers getting rid of the Eagles. Meanwhile,
I just appreciate the guys.
And that's a look at sports. It's cold out there, too.
very cold, very cold. Right now, snowing in parts of New Jersey, parts of New York. I feel like it was a little heavier in New Jersey, and it kind of tapered off as I came into New York.
But it was still kind of powdery. I mean, it was nothing for me to, like, brush my car off this morning.
Yes.
It wasn't that
Right.
deep, so,
Yep.
And then phase 2 is this wintry mix we're all afraid of. Meteorologist Stacy Ann Gooden, Alex Lee, of course, watching the roads.
Right now, well, when I was coming out, it was very powdery. I had to take some extra time to clean off my vehicle. Whether you have a whole lot of snow in front of you or just rain or ice in some cases, just plan accordingly. Leave enough travel time throughout the day. Snow continues through the afternoon, 2 to 4 inches. Generally speaking, locally higher amounts. If you're near I-95 corridor or points south, you'll notice less in the way of accumulations. Coldest air so far this week arrives tomorrow, and we do have another cold one later in the week along with another round of snow. We're at a surplus. This is as of yesterday, but we will tweak these temperatures and these stats, I tell you, because this is where we were last week. Take a look at the jet. It takes a dive further south, allowing for that Arctic air to come through. And with that Arctic air means much colder temperatures. And in this case, we got snow along with that. But it's not the moisture-filled snow that will lead us to blockbuster snow totals, but it is enough to slow you down and can be dangerous when you head outside. Temperatures right now in the 20s. It does feel a little bit chillier than that. When you look at the wind chills, we are down into the teens by this morning, even into the afternoon. This is what it's going to feel like. 17 in New York City, 1 degree. This is tomorrow morning. The coldest air arrives so far this season, so far this year. Negative numbers possible. And totals across the region, and then taking a look at our monthly snow totals. I tell you what, we are done with this snow drought. Okay, we're still at a deficit though. We should be a little bit higher than that. Normal snow this time of year, at this point, just under 4 inches. Satellite and radar showing us dry conditions, high pressure staying in control. There's that departed low well out to sea toward the Canadian Maritimes. But our next system, this high right now, is going to keep us dry, but not for long because we got this area of low pressure. And that's what's going to really take center stage come tomorrow, bringing us those snow showers Friday. Well, actually, the snow for tomorrow is more like a lake effect ahead of this. So we're going to take a closer look at that in a bit. But here's a look at temperature futurecast readings. We're in the teens. We'll be topping out in the low to mid 20s across the area. Feeling colder when you factor in these winds. Look at that, 18 by tonight. And then as we head into Thursday, not as cold, but still below normal. And it stays pretty much the same into Friday. These are the snow flurries, snow showers that I'm talking about. Some areas may see it, some may not. But anyway, you slice it. That's not what we're talking about in terms of the next round of snow. This is what we're talking about. There's going to be a coastal low that sets up shop. It's going to stay to our south, but as it moves offshore, it may strengthen a little bit, provide us with some more bands. We're looking at a timeline toward the end of the morning rush, perhaps. We'll tweak the times as we head a little closer, but if you notice the darker shaded areas, that's where the steadier bands are expected to pick up throughout the afternoon. 26 New York City, and right now we're talking about little accumulation, not a significant amount. Then we dry out later in the evening hours. So snowfall 1 to 3 inches on average. Of course, we'll continue to tweak as we go. Right now, temperature readings 18 White Plains, Teterboro, 20 New York City, but it feels colder than that. Single digits, a few double digits, but mainly single digits right now. By the afternoon, low to mid 20s, and it's going to feel colder than that. How cold? Well, this is what it feels like 3 o'clock. Now, school delays are here as far as what Callie was mentioning earlier. I know my kids have a delayed opening. Just a heads up, though, wear layers. Layers are important. Mittens are the way to go. And cover your mouth to protect your lungs. Stay dry and out of the cold wind. There's a look at your 7-day forecast. The coldest of the season thus far, Saturday. Alex.
Well, I'm looking forward to that 41 on Tuesday. I'll tell you that right now. Belt Parkway, live look outside Kennedy Airport. We're okay. East and west, everything's moving along as it should. No major issues at this point. Staten Island bound Outer Bridge crossing, we have construction causing some pretty heavy delays back towards Route 35 on the Jersey side of things. Once you're there, Staten Island's still in decent shape. 2 and A trains, delays on southbound service, mechanical and medical issues currently being addressed on